And we're back on the Fury. This stone guard is quite an elaborate thing, hey? Look at that. I've always loved these. They're also exceedingly irritating to install. So we're going to kind of go through the installation process here, and then we're probably going to have a drink.
Or two.
Let's just have a look at exactly how this went together. We'll pop it off here. You know what, though? Before we pop it off, I'm going to make a few little marks. Okay, so. Okay, let's walk through this thing. This is the sport shield.
Is that what they call it? Was it?
Yeah. Right. And as you can see, I don't know, it's cool. It looks like
it's
a big
cool.
moon,
Yeah.
right? It's pretty space age. It's pretty awesome. You could argue about the sporting value. Anyway, it looks like this is held on by, we have to put clips in here and then screw into from the fender lip. So we have to drill holes in the fender lip and screw down into this thing.
Down into it.
Yeah. With short screws.
Yeah. Wow.
And then we have to punch a hole
In the inner. That's easy. Yeah. That's not going to be too stressful.
We have one of these.
Oh, sure. I can see.
This one.
Maybe a hole.
It goes here.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get that inside there somehow. And anyway, it goes like this.
Okay. Well, that's doable too.
It is.
The only challenging one.
Yeah, those are going to suck.
Yeah.
They're going to suck for sure. And then, of course, the easy one, which is the top one here.
Right, which is easy.
Right there.
Yeah. That's easy.
But it slides inside this one, so that's why this one's loosened off. And then, and there's another one here. Another hole.
It's right there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah.
Is that it?
I don't know.
It looks torn out if it is. It's way too big. Unless there's supposed to be a nut on the back of that. Which is fine. That means that this is supposed to face a slightly different way.
And now it does.
And I think you're right. I think that's a punched hole with no threads. So that's supposed to have a nut, right?
Sure.
That might have a clip-on nut. This is just a corner that I tacked on here when we painted it. So I should be able to put one of these and just install it right there. And it lines up a lot better, but that means that this is the other side.
Oh, gotcha. So you need the one you built.
Yeah, and we need to twist this one. So what are we trying to do? Twist it so it's the opposite of this one. Okay, pretty happy with that. Quite a piece. And now we'll move on to maybe the quarter panel moldings. I think that makes sense. And then we'll come back and we'll do the rocker panel and the corner piece here. One of the best pieces on a crazy car. Okay, tonight I'm working on the Citroën DS passenger side front fender. And I had these all chemically dipped a few years ago, and you can see that they've flash rusted. And you know, I can sand all that. Kind of tedious, but you can do it. And you can get them sprayed, you can spray them with like a light oil, and then they won't do that. But I've actually found that getting the oil out of it is more troublesome than getting the little bit of flash rust off. And so one trick that we have is that you just put a little vinegar on a piece of paper towel and then wipe the rust off, and then just neutralize it with clean water and then quickly dry it. And I did this about a week ago, and you can see it's still very nice, and it's still getting sanded anyway, but that just saves me sanding all that rust off, because it's just going to go through a ton of sandpaper. And forgot the tripod cam. There we go. Do a little bit there. You know, looks fine. Didn't use any sandpaper, no mess, really nothing. Just 2 paper towels, 5 cents worth of vinegar, and that, it wasn't instantaneous. Looks like that took about 7 minutes, but would have taken 15 to sand it, and there's no dust. And now this will have to get quickly scuffed before we paint it. But that'll go a lot easier now that I'm not trying to dig all that rust off. Okay, we'll carry on with the rest of it here. Well, the crusty Dodge has failed somewhere here. Wow, I can't imagine why that would have failed. It looks fine. Wow, what are the odds that bleeder screw is going to work? Very, very small. That is some crusty garbage. So we got to make this guy goes back to here somewhere. God, this one's no better. I just hope we can get her fixed. I have to get this fixed today, so see if we can even figure out what size that is. Then we can see if we can get it off. It's going to be ugly. I might just go straight to vice grips and smash it all out of the way and then make a new one. Wow, look at this stuff, man. What the hell? How does this... That's actually rust, man. Things like the Titanic under here. What a disaster. Yeah. Oh well. Well, pretty obvious where the fail is here. Let's get at it. What size is that? Yeah. I think it's this size. Well, finally got it out. That was not fun. I hope that the bleeder screw will come off. Probably try that pretty soon, because if it's not going to come off, then I need to get a cylinder and I'm wasting my time. Suspect line, not very good. Didn't put up much of a fight. There's still chunks of it left in the splitter there, so looks like we need about a 24-inch chunk of line, and there. So that'll give me a start, and it looks like from there it goes up and around. So I'll just copy this for now. Would I rather be working on something else? Yeah, I think so. Well, there's the remains of the old one. Not really too hard to see why that, even trying to get it off, it broke in several more places. I mean, it was just absolutely devastated. So I have one of these. I didn't even know I had this. I usually just make them up, but this is just one of those generic prefab ones that I don't usually buy. I don't know why it's here, but since I have it, I might as well use it up on this thing. It's probably a bit too long, so we'll maybe just put a little extra style in it, if you know what I mean. And we'll try chucking it in there. I still have to get this end off of the truck, it's going to work fine. So we're going to start there, put that guy, we'll make a reasonable facsimile of it, and then I'll have to do some bullshit at the end to take up some of the slack there. But better too long than too short. Okay, good enough. And just put a little extra loop in the end to take up the extra length. Now, when I'm installing this, I can relatively easily adjust this by just putting this bend here anywhere I want. If I move that bend there, it gets longer. If I move this bend up to here, it gets shorter. Just an easy generic way to, and again, don't do this on a good car, but this isn't one of those situations where it matters. Finally, that was every bit as shit as I figured it would be. Total pain in the ass when you can't get at it, and the usual bullshit. I'm going to just bleed it out quick, and then we'll see if we've got enough to get out of the yard. Okay, well, it's not rubbing on anything, and it's not rusted right to death, so this thing is on a run to fail program. So drive it. When it fails, fix it. And when one too many things fails, get another truck. Well, I got back from picking up all of the old gas station tiles. That worked out really well. It looks like there's probably more than twice as many as I need for my project here, so I'll be able to cherry pick and cut the damaged ones to make my partial pieces. And there'll be enough left to do a smaller project, or if somebody needs the rest of them, then I'll sell what I don't use. So these are basically what they are. They're quite large. Most of them are, this seems to be the most common size. So some of them are a little taller, some of them are a little narrower and taller, some of them are a little smaller and square. You can see from the depth, this is manufacturing mark, but I mean, the enamel on them is very thick. It's like stove enamel. So even though they're very, very old, the paint is held up. Most of it looks brand new. You can see it's really really impressive durable paint on them, and as we can see, there's stacks and stacks of them. I'll maybe put a couple of photographs. Pat, the gentleman I bought them from, was kind enough to send me photos of the building, the local building in Edmonton here, that he pulled all of these from. Oh, there goes Ken. You hear that? That's cool. Can you hear it? Oh yeah. Frankers has to go chase him. Love it. Yeah, so what I thought might be fun, I'll kind of lay up a couple here and we can see. So what I was hoping to do is glass, 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 and tiles underneath, and then just tile all that. So and then I'm going to put a big window there on each side. This is just a temporary thing, and then we'll do tiles there and tiles above there. I'm going to get an overhead door for that, and then I'll make some kind of soffits. Okay, Menace, let's put a couple of these babies up, okay? Well, I threw a couple of the tiles on there. They're just hanging with screws, just so we get a basic idea of what we're going for. Yeah, these are not the tiles that are necessarily going to go there. There's just picked off the top of the pile. You can see that a lot of them are damaged, so we'll pick through and cherry pick the best ones for the front here, but that's kind of the idea. And going to put another large square window here and then tile around it. I think Frankers gives it the old thumbs up. Frankers, what do you think? a lot of work to do, but should look pretty cool when it's done. And if you're gonna make a phony mid-century gas station, what better to make it out of than an actual mid-century gas station? What better retirement home for these? This is where all the scrap comes to hang out. We can see that I got the shingling done, and I still have to trim and put the rest of the flashing together. It's still got to be, flashing to be done. I bought all the fascia that'll go along here. Then I have to kind of make all that kind of blend together. There's lots to do. Don't really like that the windows are mirrored, but that's what I could get for free, so that's what we're using. I still have to side the whole thing, and then these tiles fit into little clips that we will have to, be installed. It's going to take a while. It's going to take me the rest of the summer to get the outside of this building looking presentable. But I thought you guys might get a kick out of seeing that's roughly what we're going for, and the cost is insignificant. It's the amount of time it's going to take, but I think we'll have something fun when we're finished. If we ever finish it. No, we'll finish it. Frankers, what's happening? What did you see? Frankers doesn't care. Spring must be here, buddy.
There you go, right?
It's Datsun time.
First drive, really.
Really? First time you've had it out?
Yeah. Well, just this year.
Yeah.
Right?
The old Datsun beater.
The old beat. Yeah.
69, 510. Cool. And this was the first car you did the swap in?
That was kind of this was kind of the test project.
The test mule car.
Right, that's right. Yeah. Well, it was.
It looks like you test out various wheel and tire combos.
Well,
what do you think? You got 280s on the back
story.
and what?
That's another story. Yeah. If anybody's got a set of those front
you only got 2?
Well, we had 4.
Uh-huh.
And when I had the fronts refinished, or 2 out of the 4 refinished,
yeah.
The other 2 were not repairable. They were so badly warped or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So we're on the hunt for 2 more of those.
Nice ETs?
Because I do like them. Yeah, they're an ET
they look
13
cool.
by 5 or 6. You gotta give it a. There you go.
Does that ratchet?
It should. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Is that the same plant as the red car?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without the red car doesn't have the turbo.
Right.
So it's missing. It's missing all this.
Missing all this nonsense here. That's very tidy.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Where does that manifold come from?
That, I think it's just all off of like a 240 platform. So you can buy them as a bottom mount, which this is, or you can buy them as a top mount where the turbo sits here. And that one was just a used item that was acquired and seemed to fit okay.
The rumor is that you just upsized the turbo for more guinea pigs under the hood.
Yeah, so there was an offer I had to take advantage of with a turbo upgrade. So we've done that, and then of course once you do that, you have to get it retuned.
Yeah.
Right, and that's
the
where you
setup
drop
time.
it off and give people copious amounts of money until it does something.
And does it do something?
Yeah.
What is the turbo now?
It is a precision turbo, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like a 28 something, a T28.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know either, to be honest with you. I was told that you won't run out of turbo, you'll run out of engine.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, well that's probably good.
Well, let's go. Let's go see if it's true.
Yeah, no, it scoots pretty good.
Cool.
It's fun. If it breaks, you're gonna drive me home.
Okay. Right. Is this 5-speed?
CSR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5-speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, right.
I didn't think I'd be scared. I really didn't think I'd be like, it's not gonna scare me.
Yeah, that's
Holy shit.
it's a handful.
That's insane. Okay.
That's enough. Oh,
That's, Jesus. That's mental. That's just mental. Yeah, don't let the kids drive this one. No. Holy, don't even let me drive it. I was gonna ask you.
you're welcome to.
No.
You want to. But you shifted at 1800 RPM.
Yeah, it's true. It wouldn't really do anything. The way I drive, it would just lug around. But
That's a lot of power,
crazy.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
And it comes on.
Wow, it just makes you dizzy. You know, like
This
it
is
wasn't
new.
like this before at all.
This is,
This is a whole new man.
well, this was kind of the program, right? Like this is why guys
and you
love these engines. What's cool about it is it's a 2-liter engine. Like it's not a.
Yeah, no, it's just mental though. Like,
And I'm told, like we hit 19.4 psi.
that's a lot, isn't it?
Well,
Huh?
it's not a little.
Yeah,
But you know, the rumor is you can drive it like that,
yeah.
fairly consistency without
Really,
fairly
it won't
consistent-
break it.
Without breaking it. Yeah.
It's like having a little your own carnival ride. Like, if that's all you do, it's hard not to smile once a day if you do that. So you know everything else is going poorly.
That's
I'm gonna go and stomp on the Datsun.
I'm sure it would take a V8 powered Mustang for
Yeah, for a ride. Well, you have both. I think this is faster than your Mustang.
oh, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, this is. I did not want to have this because this is the drug. So I had everything except, you know, I really didn't have that much power. It's like, well, if you're gonna own
Yeah.
an SR20 turbo car, it may as well be fast.
That's massive. Really, that's pretty friendly for a 4-cylinder 2-liter engine. I mean, your peak torque at 4,500 is quite comfortable.
Right. Well, and you can drive it like it doesn't have a turbo. And it doesn't feel sluggish or lazy or...
When you get around 6,200, it starts to get powery. 7 seconds of electrons are already used. Get on this. This car can't afford this budget. What's this piece of molding referred to as? Lower quarter? Yeah, I don't know. Rust farm? Rust hatchery? The rust hatchery? Yeah. Okay. This is a bastard because all of them have to go through essentially at the same time. That's a solid, probably 5-foot long piece of trim. It's 2 pieces. 2 pieces. Okay, right away, we're nowhere close on the locations here, so what the fuck? Which one's wrong? So that one's there. There. That one. Okay, this one has to go way down here. Get fucked. It's got to go down before these ones can even go in, too. Oh yeah, no, it's It's not fun. There's nothing fun about putting this piece on. Yeah, this was a lot easier. What we're gonna do first thing I'm gonna do is put some tape on the car.
Yeah.
Because we are gonna beat the shit out of this. I mean, if you can concentrate on those two and then have them once they're partway down, then. We might have to take the taillight out. Okay, I'm gonna put a couple of maps on. So are they gonna ding you at Pebble Beach if one of them's a 1032? I'm sure the judges would be like, "Oh my God, this has got a clear, sparkly wheel." Yeah, that's what they're looking for. Screw all those Casada fresh heat. Yeah, magnesium-bodied car just because you said you could? Nah. Sparkly wheel just because they said they wouldn't. Shit, it's like it was built for a 60 Dodge. Look at that. Holy fuck, what a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. Thinking back about 2 years to when you took that piece of trim off and there was nothing behind it. Yeah, funny, the hardest part of the car was building all this quarter panel just to cover it up. It's the only part of the car you won't see any of when it's done. Okay, well, there. Okay, some washers on some of this shit. What a fucking nightmare. First try. Yeah, that was first try. Easy. Okay, these are some presumably different. So, what if we were to do anything, we would try to get these closer together. You got a little piece of tape behind that trim if you want to, right there. Yeah, I wish I still had the stuff for my Fairlane, but it was so beat. Rivets through it and... This side? Yeah. Yeah, but it also wasn't the signature part. No, shit, no, it was a basic stripper car. It was just a pretty basic piece of trim down the side. Well, if it's on, now we just gotta put put some of these guys on the inside here. And obviously when I'm done, all this stuff's getting buried in urethane. Got that. This is bad one at the back. Screw there, screws underneath.
How does it fix to the bottom of the quarter?
Screws.
Screws. Oh.
Those are no big deal, because those, you get it on final time, everything's where you want it. Run a drill through it and put the screws in. Right, we're behind it. This one looked fishy. The other one was okay. We're getting it. Just
These cars just put themselves together, man.
this is why we're doing a non-paint job car next.
What you doing?
Okay, well, this is wipe it off. So, still gotta get the back. Gotta get that guy in there.
Don't have a very good reflective surface here for a glam shot. It's just kind of...
Yeah. That's okay. Next will be this guy. This guy. This one's probably going to be the second worst after this. Okay, and then there's tightening it here. It's quite the thing to get this on here. Oh! Alright, we got this guy still being a fucker. Okay. I'd like to pretend that that was fun, but of course it wasn't. But it does look pretty nice. Got all the, all the guys under here, two, there, there, and there, one there, one here, 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 clip there, clip here, and clip here, and then the rocker. So there you go, easy. See, it fits just about as well as it could. Content with that. It was kind of funny to cover up all the hardest repairs on the car, but nevertheless, I'm happy to do it because that looks cool, and the car is going to look pretty decent. Maybe we'll throw this big circle on here. What the hell? Okay. Well, sometimes it feels like you're getting somewhere. Next time, we'll be doing that guy. That's a very difficult one, because that one's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these will have to be made from scratch, and they're all slightly different because the trim is changing shape as it goes along there. This one is already fixed, polished. I have all the clips. This one will be easy, but I cannot put this one on until we have that one on, I think, or they go on at the same time, something like that, because this guy slides onto here, and I believe slides into this one as well. So I'm just happy that that guy is over with. Well, we'll just have to see what the wind blows in today. Uh-oh. Who's here? Oh my god.
I'll just get up the odd day and be like, what the fuck? Why is my life so much cooler than everybody else's? You know? I don't get it.
I know.
Fuck's everybody else doing wrong? That's what I want to know.
Well, they're not doing this.
45 years languishing in a fucking
Nobody
field,
cared.
Forgotten, abandoned, nobody cared. Look at this.
There's got to be
fucking
many guys that
beautiful
would
car.
just go crazy to find this.
Absolutely, but who the fuck's gonna find it out in the middle of fucking nowhere?
Where was it?
About 20 miles northwest of Providence. The
All right.
steel latch is an early thing too, like the steel button.
Yeah.
The other ones are plastic
Oh,
with a little white trigger.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they fucked off with that in like '63, so that was only in the earlier run cars too, the metal ones. And then like again, this is a very bog standard car because it's just got that single gauge.
Yeah.
You know how mine's got like the triple.
Oh,
cluster
yeah,
usually?
sure.
Yeah, so that's.
Is that how they were? That was complete?
This is complete.
There's no
but it's
padding or
because
upholstery
this is well, there should have been like a dash tray
Yeah, okay,
and
a
all that,
little
but
trim,
everything
yeah.
was fucking gobbled
Yeah,
up by
sure.
critters.
Yeah.
The only material I saved was that bit in the box.
Okay, just for
And
pattern?
that's from the seat, like
Yeah.
original seat fabric.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like
this
that.
is early with the trays and the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would have just had a little thin bit of upholstery on the actual skin itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that ever awesome?
And then it would have had like a pocket liner too. Like a
Okay,
holster
yeah,
down in the
sure.
pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And same thing, like the rear pockets were upholstered in there, and like they actually went pretty like high end on it interior if you compare them to the '70s ones.
Okay, yeah.
Like these early ones had like way nicer interior.
Way nicer quality material.
Yeah, a lot better products
Oh,
and stuff, and
wow.
even like the quality of the steel.
I love that they used an upholstered headliner, like
It's
a real
nice, eh?
proper upholstered headliner. And this car was always left-hand drive? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
there's the pedals. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a left-hand car.
Wow, there must have been minuscule numbers of these brought to Canada in '60. I mean,
Well,
nobody would
that's
have
the
ever
question,
seen them.
right?
And you would have been a weirdo if you bought
Why
one of
would you
these.
get one in '60?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, they just came out.
And these guys grabbed it in the early '70s from Wainwright.
And they never did anything with it, or what?
The whole reason his dad and his uncle picked it up, and his uncle had heard that the rear suspension had trailing arms, and it was its own unit. So that's literally why they bought this.
To make a
They
trailer or
bought it out of
something?
Wainwright. His uncle plucked the rear frame out of it and made a little utility trailer,
And that was it.
and used that for years. But his dad pulled the engine and frame out. And I guess when they bought it, it smoked, and it didn't shift gear good.
hmm
And the gear shifting was just a linkage that was
Right,
loose
yeah.
that he tightened, so that works. And he took the head off, and it's got a burnt valve.
Huh.
And that's been sitting indoors since.
You have the motor?
Yeah, it's all in the back.
Oh, you got that too?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Dude, this thing is unbelievable.
No, it really
Are
is.
you kidding me? I thought it was just a shell like a Hulk.
No, it's not.
It's clean.
It's really good. And like
Original
this-
paint.
This,
like-
that side, that door's been replaced because you can see it's a white door.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So that door's been replaced. That quarter's been painted. This fender's been
Touched
fucking
up.
mucked up a little.
Not much.
But I think it's just those 3 panels that have been
Yeah,
painted.
yeah.
But yeah, the hood's original paint.
Look at the wavy wave grill.
Yeah.
Is that for real?
That's factory, yeah.
When did they stop making that?
That would have been 67 or
Really? Oh, it goes that long. I've
Well, it's-
never seen one.
This is only the Austin had this.
Okay.
The Morris was a straight slat,
Okay. Yeah.
and that was like the distinguishing difference between
Oh,
Austin and Morris
yeah,
was the
here.
badge or the
Was this still? It was still called a 7, wasn't it?
It would have been an Austin 7 in the year in like the British market,
Yeah.
but I think export market they labeled them differently. So this one would have been called an Austin 850.
850. Okay.
And that's what it would have been badged.
And doesn't say Mini anywhere on it.
No,
Okay.
no. Even the steering wheel's got the Austin.
Even the bumpers are decent.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I know.
Wow, man. How, well, I mean, I think you gotta restore it, buddy.
Oh, dude, here's the plan. I think.
Or, put it back together and drive
Well,
it.
that's what I want.
You don't want to drive it as an original car?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, leave it as original as you can. It needs floor pans,
Yeah.
like the full floor pans.
Yeah.
The trunk floor is good. And then other than those floor pans, like it needs like a couple little like bullshit patches.
Yeah.
Weld the floor pans in this, buckle it together, new wiring harness, this one's driving.
Right.
And then I've got the other parts ready for the pickup, finish the welding on the pickup, fucking get the pickup on the road. But this is closer than the pickup.
Oh, it
This
is.
is
Yeah.
closer than any Mini I have other than
This
mine.
is, well,
And it's honestly just as solid as mine.
honest. Yeah. Well,
It's
and
fucking crazy.
frankly, it'd be less work to fix this than to go through yours
Well,
again.
I'm not going through mine. I'm
Yeah.
just putting a fucking solid drivetrain in it again.
Yeah.
It's still
Oh yeah, keep driving it. Yeah, but I mean, this is
No, this
compared to the work you did on yours the first time.
Oh,
this
I
is
know.
gravy.
Well, that's what I said to my old man.
So show me the really early stuff then, since we're standing here.
Well, the features that would like give it away is
Yeah.
pre-64.
Like why you couldn't
It's hard
fake
to
it.
tell
Yeah.
down here. See how it's like complete,
Yeah.
like a full corner.
Yeah.
The later on they cut it out, like about that wide. That whole corner's
Okay.
missing for like added brake cooling.
Oh, okay.
So the early cars had that on the front valence, and then this later the lights got bigger.
Right.
So the raised area got bigger.
Yeah.
And then that cut out. So that right there tells you it's early.
And that's never been off. Wow. And it's look at how good the seams are.
Oh, I know.
Like, how did this
Like
thing
even
survive?
this, man.
Yeah. No, it's
The only thing I can figure
I'm
is the
just
car spent maybe 10 years on the road, maybe, and never saw salt,
Yeah.
and then it was parked, and that's it. And I, like,
Yeah. But I mean,
it should be worse. It should be.
oh, it should be way worse.
It's
like-
mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was picking this up strictly for parts,
Right.
and then once I got it out,
Once you got looking at it, you're like,
shit.
holy cow.
It took me 6 hours and 8 garbage bags of filth out of the inside, though.
Oh, I
I could
bet
even see
animal
the
shit. Yeah.
It was fucked.
You sent me a picture. It was pretty disgusting.
Pretty fucking gross, man.
Yeah.
And it still stinks.
Well, it's gonna until it gets redone. Yeah. But look at the lips on the quarters here.
Like, and that's the other
look
thing
at
is,
how
like,
good all that is.
the
What
metal is a
hell?
lot heavier too.
Oh, are they?
Then yeah, it's a lot heavier than all the fucking later stuff.
Are these the same throughout?
Oh, that's another early thing.
Yeah.
They call these the ice pick door handles.
Mm-hmm.
And like they got rid of this. Like in '64, I think they put a little nub here,
Oh, that's right. So you couldn't catch
so you
somebody's
can't catch
belt
your
loop.
shirt
Yeah.
sleeve or whatever on there. So this was an early thing only with that. The way that those seat brackets are,
Okay.
that's early, because the other ones are like bolt on. These are welded, so they're a totally different style of like
Oh,
seat
okay.
mount. So that's another early car feature.
And that's the internal handle that I see sticking out there.
Yeah, and now that is just a welded on piece of metal.
Okay.
It should be a rope.
Oh, that's right.
these
The
really
early
ear-
ones
the
had
really
a rope.
early
Oh,
ones
you
had a
gotta
rope.
have the rope. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
and then later on they went to a handle,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the rope's always broke and fucking stretched.
Sure, that's
Those ropes
amazing.
are like fucking over $100 a piece, man.
This is a legit, like this is a legitimate find. We're not even making fun of
I think
this.
this
Like,
is the second earliest Mini that I know of that I've looked at. Like, I might
Yeah.
have looked at other ones that were earlier not known, but I saw a 59 when I was in Scotland that a guy was just finishing put together.
right?
So
Oh,
that
you
was
mean
crazy.
this is probably the oldest one in the province.
It's very close.
One of the
gotta be.
oldest in the
Gotta be.
country, probably.
This has got the 850 and everything too.
Oh, there's all the shit.
And like the factory air cleaner even, the little metal air cleaner.
Oh wow.
And it's got summer winter mode I was reading because it came with, I got an owner's manual.
Yeah. Oh,
And when you turn it this way over the manifold,
Oh
that's
my
winter
God,
mode. And when you turn
that's
it this way, it's
funny.
summer mode.
Oh,
That's
funny.
fucking cool. But
Look
just,
at the tires too. Holy shit, classics.
yeah, man.
And
Well, you might
so,
get a kick out of this little gauge pack too. The Stewart
Oh,
Warner
that's
little
cool.
gauge cluster.
What does it give you there?
Oil pressure and amp.
ammeter. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I've never
Yeah.
seen one of them.
So this
And then
might
this-
not even have too many miles. How's the bores? So they
This
toast
is,
them?
The floor push button start.
Oh yeah.
So this was down on the floor by like the seat.
Yeah.
So you'd turn the key on the dash, and then you'd press that button to fire it up. So that's another early thing. And then
Wow.
this transmission itself is like there's 3 different types. There's the magic wand, the remote, and the
Yeah.
rod.
Yeah.
And this is the magic wand.
Okay.
So it literally like the shifter just plugs into the back of the transmission.
Yeah,
and it comes out at the
they're-
front.
Yeah,
It's this
they're
big,
really
long-
weird. Yeah.
It's gonna be wicked, yeah. And just weird.
And how's the
everything.
bores? Blocks,
Honestly, I haven't
okay.
looked. It's just
Yeah.
full of dirt. But like, you know,
It was inside.
yeah. His dad, like I said, his dad pulled the head off and found a burnt valve in the early 70s, and then it
Yeah.
sat
Oh,
inside.
there's the head. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, it'll take fucking 10 minutes to fix a valve.
Well, that's right.
And they never did. Valves are out of it.
Well, he had
but-
no reason to, you know what I mean? It
Oh,
was
they
one of
were
those
just
things-
having fun. Yeah.
Basically, his dad was bored.
So how's the subframe?
Subframe's fine.
Oh wow, that's massive.
Yeah. Front subframes usually are fine.
How's the suspension like?
It'll all get
overall?
replaced. It'll all get
Okay.
replaced. You know what I mean? Like, I'll keep drum brakes. I'll keep, you know what I mean? Only thing that'll be different is I'll put like adjustable tie bars, lower arms,
Okay.
and cones, just so you actually have adjustment for all your geometry.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's just gonna go back together stock
Wow.
850.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, But yeah, just.
But I mean, all the number shit is there. The generator will be date correct. The carburetor
the
will be
wiper
date correct.
motor's got date
Yeah,
stamp
yeah,
on it. The
it'll
trunk
all
latch
be
has
date
date stamp
correct.
on it. Like,
This could be one of the best ones when you're done.
yeah,
This could be
it
one
really
of the
could.
most original.
It really could.
Yeah.
And that's
This could
why, like,
really be.
There's no point in painting it either. Like, it's just like.
Oh yeah. Well,
Leave it.
I mean,
Leave it.
yeah.
And then
No, you're
anything
right.
I weld, you just red oxide primer, and it just blends in. Like, it's like.
Yeah.
It's natural. Like, I'm not a pretty car kind of person. You know. What I mean?
No. Go
This is-
on.
It was up to here and friggin' weeds and grass and shit, and just like you literally couldn't see any car when I was looking at it. All I could see was like a collapsed roof and broken windows.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was wild, man.
And the trunk floor is okay. And
Trunk
this
floor's really good.
is this a folding number plate? It is.
Yeah. Mark 1 and Mark 2 are like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the menace?
Oh, she's getting pets over there.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, nice. Even got the little lid still.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fuse panels.
Yeah.
And
And then the headlight dip switch for the
oh
floor.
man, there's almost nothing missing. It's hard to believe.
Isn't it?
Well, I just can't believe that nobody in the past 40 years went, hey, there's a really old one in that
Well,
field.
but nobody out there cares. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I guess. Even look at how good all this. Because and the only reason I know this is good because I've seen the shitty ones that you
the shit
fixed.
that I salvaged.
Yeah, I've seen the shit that you saved.
No,
None
this-
of it's this good.
I've never found a
Look at
car
how
this
good this is.
good. Like, it's
crazy.
no, it really is crazy. Like,
The hood is nice.
we have
Bonnet.
wiper motor here, 60.
Oh, still got the numbers on it.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah, that's pretty wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, compared to the shit that you've saved, this is like a slightly used car.
This is like a slightly used car.
You know, it's nice to get ones that
Once in a while, or
every now and then you get lucky. Can I put that there?
Yeah,
Or have you got a
I can put it
home?
inside, dude.
Okay.
So this would be the one here.
Yeah, okay. The mini Salute.
Not the Super Deluxe.
What was the diff?
Little shit.
Trim, mostly trim.
Trim.
Countryman
trim.
we've seen, and the van you have, and the pickup you have.
Mm-hmm.
You got them all,
Pretty
except the
close.
Countryman.
And
You don't want that one.
there.
Not looking for that.
How's that? How's
Not
that?
even looking for that
How's
one.
this? What's this?
It's a lumber wagon.
This
I
is what
like
this is what
uh,
Jim needs. He needs a trim. Well, Jim
He
needs
needs the
himself
trimmed
the
up one?
Super Deluxe because that's the way kind of guy he is.
That's amazing.
No, I want to find the estate. I don't want the Countryman. I don't want the wood. I just want the window van. I know where there's a couple right now.
Oh, they made that without.
They made it without the wood trim.
Oh, okay.
So it was the.
But the wood's just tacked
this
over
was
top.
the van,
Yeah.
and then the one without the wood was the estate,
Mm-hmm.
and then this one was the Countryman.
The pickup, which you already have.
Yeah. I know with like
Yeah,
my
that's
Mark
original
III,
bait.
like my 70s cars and stuff, like they're all silver.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Huh.
maybe that's another difference. I'm sure there's a lot of small things I'm gonna learn.
And
Because really, when you don't need to read up on it, like why do you learn the differences? But once you have one in front of you,
yeah,
you start
gotta-
reading, and
you
you're like,
gotta look it
okay.
up. Yeah, for sure.
Like
Well,
even,
once
like,
you get one,
You look at this. I'm assuming this here.
that's
is
a
it-
pencil heater. Yeah.
That's fucking weird, eh?
Just got lots of those. Yeah.
Just on the fucking head stud. I've never seen
Yeah,
one
it
of
just
them.
goes into a water jacket.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah, the head stud's hollow and the heater fits inside. Fits inside it.
That ever weird.
Yeah, I've got those in lots of the old canoes.
Huh.
That's what they had before the frost plug cut
Oh, okay.
type. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, it has to work its way into the plan somehow. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, initially going out there, I just wanted fucking parts.
Parts,
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't looking for another project.
Well,
So I need to make it a project that rolls in with a project that's already existing. So, like,
yeah. Well, this is the easiest of the projects.
it is. And we've always joked about, like, doing things in pairs and sets and doing
Sure.
things two at a time. And, like, it's honestly a good idea, I think.
I just can't get over the finish and everything. It's just such a find. What a terrific example of a very early Mini. Got to be one of the oldest ones around, certainly in Canada.
Definitely the oldest one I have.
Well, we've hooked up our fuel tank, such as it is here, and I thought since the car seems to be able to be started now, we should see if it can be moved. So I'm going to move my little control rig there inside the car and we'll get it running, and if I can pull it out of here, just charging the battery because it's not very good, and should fire right up. Started yesterday. I moved the Belvedere out of the way. So we'll pull this guy out. One of my goals is to get this Dodge put somewhere where it's not in the way all the time and replace it with something that I can just hop in and move. This one has a seized engine and I'm just not going to get to it right away. So maybe we'll put the blue 50 Dodge here and we'll put this 57 in here beside its 57 Plymouth Buddy there. That might work okay. But it just means that we got to find some way of moving this guy. So, man, we miss Tom, eh? Well, it's okay. Tom as well. Thank you guys for asking. He's just keeping a low profile right now. Yeah, that'd be okay. We could put 3 of these Chryslers in a row here. Appears that the transmission or the transmission linkage, one of the two is broken. You make the car back up and that's it. Doesn't have first, second or third. So I have no idea. Seems to have neutral and reverse. So I'm gonna have the thing with a car like this, if it's gonna take more than a half an hour to fix, it's just not feasible. So I'll jack it up and have a quick look. Maybe some linkage has come off or is bent or broken. It seemed to have gears in the transmission. It's just that I couldn't get it. Actually, the shifter won't move far enough to engage first gear, other than just enough to skip out. So, oh my God, what is Frankers on about? Hang on a second. Oh, that's what she's on about. Poodles do love birds. And by love, I mean like chasing and barking at. Springtime, so the geese are back. That's good. Always happy to see them. And Frankers is happy to see them too. What do you think? Hey? Does the Frankers come out of its den and chase geese every now and then? Yeah, I bet it does.
This linkage is just more or less completely worn out. So, trying to figure out what it's supposed to do and just see if we can push it in there manually enough to get the car to move one time if I start it with the clutch in. That would be an option. Let's just try that.
Well, the smoke is cleared. Yeah, it's just not happening. This thing is just whatever's wrong with it is bad enough that it won't even pull itself up this very slight incline. It just jumps out of gear. Disappointing. At the very least, it has to go up on stands and get properly looked at. So, and there's also a very good possibility that the transmission is damage to the extent that it's just not an easy, cheapo fix. In which case, just puts it out of the afternoon of screwing around level. Doesn't mean that we don't have another transmission right here. See if it's any good. Jeez. This one also poo-poo. No, definitely feels a lot more like there's something there. Clutch is stuck on the floor, but very likely there's nothing wrong with the top end of the linkage on the blue car. It must be all at the transmission. This car might still have a good transmission. This car actually has some better parts than the other car. Front bumper's better, grill's better. Yeah, this car should probably get harvested and moved along, but ooh, this is nice. That's missing on the other car. This whole front clip should go on the other car. Fender's better. Just the paint won't be the same anymore. Okay, well, that's some good news, I guess. You can call it that. It's a regular contributor.
Same old shit.